Well, here I am again, back at it again with the old HQing. I enjoyed it so much yesterday. I was honestly buzzing. You were all so lovely to me, so they've had me back. I'm so glad I'm back here. It's Sean Welby, and there's one game right now that we're all obsessed with. We're all talking about it every moment of every day. Yeah, I know there's some sort of football game going on tomorrow, but you know what the real game's at? It's here at HQ. There's £1,000 up for grabs today. All you need to do is answer all 12 questions correctly, and you will be crowned today's winner. And who knows, it might spur on our boys tomorrow. I'm sure they're all playing as well. Now, I don't know if you've heard, but it's coming home. So let's get straight on to Q1. Which of the following is another title for a school headmaster? Prince, Pal, Principal. Now, my head teacher was Mr. Blinston, and he was pretty scary, and I have to admit, I had quite a few different names for him. But which of those can you actually call them? More respectful than regal? The answer is Principal. Did you know that? Did you get it right? Of course you did. 84,000 of you smashed it, nailed it, perfect. Now, you didn't really mess with the principal because they were normally pretty scary, but did you even go to school if you didn't lock the French teacher in a cupboard? Don't think so. Okay, on to Q2. Reykjavik is the capital and largest city of which country? Asda, England, Iceland. Have you been to any of these places? Maybe had a little browse around, a little drive, a little trek? Any of those ringing any bells? Because at the end of the day, I know that typos happen, but if you are spelling London Reykjavik, I don't think you can blame autocorrect. It's like Asda, but it's cooler. It's Iceland! Yes, you knew that. 82,000 of you still in the game. Come on, guys. Absolutely smashing it. Established back in 874 AD, it is old. Reykjavik was one of the first of many unpronounceable settlements in Iceland. Right, let's have some shout-outs because you've all been so lovely and wonderful. I love you all. Thanks for the tweets and the Insta comments. I'm going to share some of that love. Hello to Farlord, the Frontier Pits Massive, Deirdre from the US. Can tell you're a baller, Deirdre. The B10 crew, BG Media, Chinua, the Blue Jays, the Small Studies group from Kent, and Pip's foot, who apparently has had a tough go of it. I don't know what happened, Pip, but sort that foot out. Let's go on to Q3. Egyptian High Priest Imhotep is the name of the title character in which movie franchise? Daddy's Home, The Mummy, Paddington. Seen any of those movies? Anything ringing a bell? Memories coming back? I mean, I haven't seen Paddington 2 yet, but I'm pretty sure he didn't unleash swarms of locusts, unless I've got it wrong. Goodbye, Daddy. Hello, Mummy. Yes, you knew that. The Mummy. Of course it was. 80,000 of you still in the game, doing very well, storming through, guys. I heard actually that Imhotep was livid about being left out of last year's remake, and then he saw the rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Dodged a bullet. On to Q4. Which of these was gifted to America by the French? Statue of Liberty, Mount Rushmore, Grand Canyon. The three iconic US landmarks. Anything ring any bells? You've probably seen them on your Instagram timeline. If someone's been there, there'll be photo evidence. But who has got a Made in France sticker on the bottom? The Roman goddess of freedom. It's the Statue of Liberty. That was a tough one, I have to say. We've lost a few of you, sadly. 2,000 of you, goodbye. But hello to 75,943 of you. Now, that copper statue was designed by Alexandre Gustave Eiffel, who also designed some sort of tower thing in France. I've never heard of it. On to Q5. Which English city contains parliamentary constituencies called Hallam and Healy? Sheffield, Newcastle, Bristol. Three absolutely brilliant cities. Maybe you've been on a hen do or a stag do there. They're spread up and down the country. But which one is home to the double H's? YA Pet. Hello, my lover. No, it's neither of those. It's Sheffield. Have you been there? Did you get it right? Yay! 55,000 of you, but I think this counts as a savage question. We lost 10,000 of you. Guys, if you've got your extra lives, maybe this is a good time to use them. I tell you what, I've had some great nights in Sheffield, down West Street. Hands up if you've ever ended up in that fountain. Guilty! Well done, guys. 939 of you have used those extra lives. You're back in the game. Come on, let's power through to Crew 6. I can't speak. Which is the more common name for the flower Antirrhinum? Daisy, Forget-Me-Not, Snapdragon. Now, this time of year, I'm sure if you've got hay fever, you are literally dodging all three of those like a bullet. But one of them could win you some good money. And I suppose with a name like that, it is no wonder we call it something else. Bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? Did you get it? It's a snapdragon. Oh, tricky that if you don't know your flowers. That was savage! Absolutely savage! We've lost so many of you. Sorry, guys. That was really, really tricky. Really, really tough. Whew. The problem is, you see, daisy refers to a whole group of flowers. A forget-me-not is they call the... Oh, I can't remember. So, Q7. Which font was partly inspired by the lettering in the Watchmen comics? Comic Sans, Times New Roman, Arial. If you've wrote a lot of essays recently, some coursework, maybe one of these fonts is ringing a bell to you. Maybe it's finally paying off. I mean, it's one of the most unique comics out there, but which of those generic fonts did it inspire? Well, I have to say, I think it committed typographic terrorism. The answer was Comic Sans. Ooh, yes, pretty tricky that, but impressed. 10,445 of you are still in the game. You've smashed it. You've used those extra lives as well, guys. Very, very, very impressed. So there we go. Comic Sans was let loose on Microsoft users back in 1994, and it's been used to make passive-aggressive signs in office kitchens ever since. Fantastic. Q8. Which of these actresses has not played a TV doctor or nurse? Jada Pinkett Smith, Gina Davis, Renee Zellweger. Any idea, guys? Have you seen any of them? Is it ringing any bells? Who do you think would take your pulse and sort you out? I mean, they scrub up well for award ceremonies, but who's never scrubbed in on telly? It's Bridget Jones herself. It's Renee Zellweger. Yeah, I mean, it's tricky, I have to say. Oh, we've lost a load of you. Another savage question. I'm sad to see you go, guys. Savage, so savage. It was tricky, that one, because Renee did play Nurse Betty in the movie, but never in a TV series. If you've got this far, you're doing very well. We're on Q9. Which act had the very first track on the very first Now album? Phil Collins, Duran Duran, Culture Club. Very, very good tracks from all of these guys, but somebody could help you get a little step closer to a lot of money. Sadly now, I think they'd all belong on a Then album. But who kicked off the Now album back in 1983? It was before he went full gorilla. It was, of course, Phil Collins! It was Phil! Good old Phil! 1,775 you smashed that, nailed it, you got it right. Well done, guys. And actually, the single was You Can't Hurry Love. That went straight to number 1. But I think I want to celebrate you guys who got through that, because that was pretty tough. So I think we're going to celebrate with a proper Phil Collins drum solo. I hope you enjoyed it. Q10. Which of these countries does not have a border with Panama? Costa Rica, Colombia, Nicaragua. Have a think. 3 exotic places. Have you been there? Would you like to go there? Maybe you'd be jetting off there this summer. But which one does not have a border with Panama? It connects Central America to their southern cousins. Whose frisbee won't be turning up in Panama's garden? It's hard to spell, but it's great to say. Nicaragua! Yes, well done. 1,269 of you. You got it right. I'm with you all the way, guys. You are smashing it. We're on Q10, and this is getting tricky now. Nicaragua lives on the other side of Costa Rica. It's just south of Mexico, which is pretty handy because you can still get a very decent margarita. Here we go. We're on to Q11. The original director of which of these animations was replaced during its production process? Frozen, Big Hero 6, or Brave? Have you watched these movies? Do you know your stuff? It's a tricky question, I'll have to say. Brenda Chapman is credited as a co-director of this film, but which of those films was her brainchild? Well, it's the spiritual Scottish showcase. It was, of course, Brave. That was tough. I'm going to give you that now, and we have lost a few more of you. I'm sad to see you go. Use your extra lives if you can. 821 of you. You are nailing it. We're on question 11, and I'm very impressed. Earplugs at the ready, because we are bagpiping our way into the final round. Woo! Q11 is goodbye to you, and go to Q12. This is big, guys. This is big. Okay, Q12. What did Hello magazine readers choose as their favourite cover featuring Princess Diana? Her wedding, her 40th birthday, her Caribbean holiday. This is pretty tricky, but she's very iconic. You might have come across some of these covers. There's over 80 to choose from, but which of Diana's moments topped the list? Now, her wedding cover, that took 13% of the vote, but then that puts it into third place. So, we're going to let the ocean do the waving. The answer was her Caribbean holiday. That's the one! Come on! Yes! 66 of you got it right. Well done, guys. Boom! That was super savage. 66 of you survived the savagery. Well done to Nanny Net. Well done to Agatha Quizty. I see what you did there and I like it. I'm loving the profile pictures. We've got a lion in there. We've got a little dog that looks so cute. Well done, guys. 66 of you absolutely smashed that. I am just so impressed. This was a tough one today, and it's only Tuesday. Like, genuinely, guys, well done. Lots of love to you all. 66 of you, absolutely just quiz masters.